Hey everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about an experiment I did where I went 30 straight days without any impulsive spending. No spur-of-the-moment purchases, no treating myself buys, nothing that I hadn't planned and budgeted for ahead of time. I wanted to try this because I realized recently just how much money I waste each month on silly impulse purchases. That $5 coffee on the way to work, the $15 cocktail when out with friends, the $30 cute shirt I snagged without thinking. Individually, they don't seem like much, but when added up over a month they really do make a dent. So I challenged myself, could I actually go a full month sticking tightly to my budget, without giving in to any impulse buys? Well, I'm here today to share the results and what I learned. Let's get into it. What rules did I set? First, let me explain specifically what guidelines I set for myself for this 30-day impulse spending freeze. Number 1. No purchasing anything that I hadn't actively thought about and budgeted for ahead of time. It had to be a planned, thought-out purchase aligned with my budget and financial goals for the month. Number 2. If I had an impulse or desire to buy something, I had to wait 72 hours before purchasing. That would give the initial exciting impulse time to pass and allow me to evaluate whether I actually needed it. And number 3. I had to actively find alternative activities when I would normally shop, going for a walk, calling a friend, cleaning my closet. Anything to redirect my energy. How did the first week go? Those first few days were tough. I don't think I realized just how often I make impulse purchases until I started actively resisting them. My habits around things like getting coffee, snacks, drinks out were so ingrained that it almost hurt not being able to buy them without thinking. I also found myself getting bored more easily. Normally when I feel bored I might online shop or head out to the mall to wander around. Having to find other activities like reading, working out, calling friends required some adjustment. By the end of week 1 though, I did start getting into the swing of things. The high and low points. There were definite high points during the month where I felt really in control and happy with my decision-making. Hitting the second week and realizing just how much money I was saving without all those small daily purchases felt amazing. I literally had like 60% more left over in my discretionary spending budget for the month. Being forced to find other activities also pushed me out of my comfort zone, which was really valuable. I tried new workouts, explored new hiking trails in my area, cleaned out my closet. I found joy in things I may not normally make time for. Of course there were certainly low points too though. A couple times I almost caved and bought something on a whim, but I stayed strong. I also went through phases feeling deprived, like I was missing out on those small treats and thrills. But I kept reminding myself why I was doing this challenge, which gave me motivation to see it through. Did I slip up? I'm proud to say that I did not slip up at all during the 30 days and buy anything impulsive that wasn't budgeted for. Woot woot! Hooray! Honestly, there were a couple close calls. And it required a lot of self-control at times. But the guidelines and rules I set for myself definitely helped. Having to wait 72 hours before making any unplanned purchase was genius. 9 times out of 10, whatever product I was excited to buy quickly lost its appeal after a few days. And finding replacement activities to redirect my mindset when I felt bored or antsy was clutch. Instead of shopping online, I'd meal prep, organize my closet, or work on my budget. What did I learn by the end? Doing a full 30 days impulse spend free taught me so much. On a practical level, I realized how much money I waste month to month on silly little purchases. The money I saved was eye-opening and made this challenge so worth it. But more importantly, it gave me insight into my emotional triggers and bad habits around spending and shopping. I have a clearer idea now when and why I tend to overspend or make rash purchases. And it taught me that I can in fact exercise self-discipline to change my behaviors. It was hard, but absolutely doable, and has motivated me to institute smarter long-term habits around my discretionary spending. I highly recommend everyone try this kind of spending freeze challenge. It can transform your finances and mindset big time. The key takeaways. Alright, Let me wrap up today's video by sharing my biggest learnings and takeaways from this month-long challenge. Number 1. Impulse purchases add up way faster than you probably realize, and cutting them out can save you a ton of money each month. Every coffee, every snack, everything matters. Number 2. Having clear rules in place makes it easier to catch and stop impulse spending before it happens. My 72-hour mandatory waiting period was super helpful. Number 3. Find replacement activities ahead of time that you enjoy. When you get bored or feel the urge to online shop, have go-to options already identified. Call a friend, go for a walk, clean your closet. Number 4. Remember your motivation and the reasons why you are taking on this challenge whenever you get an impulse to overspend. And number 5. Be proud of yourself and celebrate small wins. This isn't easy, but every good financial decision makes a difference. Outro. Alright everyone. That wraps up this experiment going 30 days straight without any impulsive spending. I hope you enjoyed hearing about my experience and found it helpful. Let me know in the comments below if you plan to try this kind of spending challenge yourself. Or share any tips that you think could make it easier for people to accomplish. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel for more money saving and budgeting content every week. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.